Well, here we are again, Ed's Edge. Tonight is the big Democrat debate. I really don't care about it, to be honest with you. I think Harris, she only got chosen to be the VP nominee to run on the ticket with Biden because she can debate. That's a crazy reason to pick somebody just because they can debate, but it is what it is. And I really think she's a horrible person. I think she's bad. I'm all in for Biden, but Harris, oh my gosh, she's horrible. Just horrible. He could have picked anybody else but her. But, well, I guess we'll see. But I think she's going to beat the crap out of Pence because she's known as a good debater and a tough prosecutor. So I think that will be an easy win for her. Now, let's talk about Biden and Trump. That debate was a disaster. Trump looked horrible over here, interrupting everything that Biden said, that Wallace said. He was just all over the place. The good thing is if you're all in for Biden, then he won. Because he actually had a few times where he talked to the American people, where he looked at us and he talked to us directly. And he said, how you wake up in the morning and you have an empty chair because a loved one might have died from COVID. Man, that's real stuff there. That's not bought and paid for. That's not fake. That's real stuff. A lot of people have suffered because of that. A lot of people have been affected. And it's just bad. And then, to make it worse, then Trump gets COVID, and he goes to the hospital. He comes back out, and he tears his mask off like he's Superman. And then he says, don't worry about COVID. Don't let it control your life. Well, nobody's really letting it control their life unless you get it. Then you have no choice. If you get it and you have the symptoms, it can control your life. It can even kill you. There's a bunch of people on that list that never thought this would happen to them. They never thought this was a bad thing. They just suffered, That's what happened. Herman Cain, remember Herman Cain? He was talking about how he was tweeted hashtag Democrat hoax while he was at the Tulsa rally, the big Trump rally, that they were making people sign papers for the COVID-19 so they couldn't come back and sue him or be held liable if you get COVID-19. They knew it was real. Remember Trump in his Woodward interview, he said it's worse than the flu. But now he's out here saying it's just like the flu. Once again, compulsive liar. Once again, putting people in danger. He's good at that. He's done a great job of that. But that's okay, because we are approaching the election, and Trump's going to lose. I have no doubt about that in my mind. He barely beat Hillary, and Hillary was bad, but he barely beat her. And this time it's not going to be barely winning. It's going to be Biden winning. It's going to be Biden winning by a bunch. A good percentage of it. He's going to easily take what Hillary took and then some. Biden's going to win. Even if there's cheating involved on the Trump side, Biden's still going to win. Of course, Trump's going to tweet out that, unfair, rigged, Democrats cheated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I believe the American people are smart enough and get it and understand that he's a liar and he'll do whatever it takes to win, and he don't give a crap about the country. He's not like Gore, and he's not like Nixon, who both had close elections and both could demand recounts, but Nixon didn't. Gore did. Gore took it to the Supreme Court, and he finally lost. But at least he was a patriot at the end, because he didn't keep us divided. And he said, Bush is the new president, and get behind him. Trump, on the other hand, if he loses, man, he's just going to tweet that it was rigged, that it was stolen. He's just going to go on and on and on about everything. Hell, it wouldn't even surprise me if he didn't show up for the inaugural of Biden. They always show up as, the transfer of power is what it's called. And it wouldn't even surprise me if he wouldn't even show up for that. That's how bad it's going to be. And regardless of what happens, if Biden wins or if Trump wins, there's going to be riots. I believe that with all my heart. because I believe that Trump has muddied the water so much, undermined our election process, that if he loses, his supporters are going to be pissed, and they're not going to accept it, and they're going to riot. If Biden loses, then his supporters are going to riot and be pissed and think that Trump cheated. So it's a no-win situation. It's a lose-lose. And that's not going to be good for us. I mean, here we are. This is the reason I'm voting for Biden, is because he ran on unity. He ran on restoring our morals and our values. I'm approaching 48 years old, and one of the best days of my life was when we were united on 9/12 and months that followed. We were united. Man, nothing mattered. Religion, sex, economic status, our color, nothing mattered. We were Americans. That's what mattered. And we still are. But for whatever reason, more people put that D and they put that R ahead of the USA. And it's like, in the grand scheme of things, that's what it's all about, is our country. But too many people have forgotten. Too many people have forgotten. And it's sad. It's real sad. Now let's get to these Black Lives Matter stuff. My God, when is this stuff going to stop? I mean, for real. You know, I've been watching their protest. They go around, they get in people's neighborhoods, and they yell at them. And they beat that damn drum all the time. And they got these little stupid-ass rhymes, sayings, calling the police fascist and Nazis and Ku Klux Klan and talking about revolution. That's the shit that right there should be bothering people. Not only, like I said, blocking the traffic and then going to people's houses and yelling at them, but now they're talking about a revolution? Just try it. Just try it. Because there's a lot of patriots out here. Conservative, Democrat, Republican, liberal. Hey, when it boils down to it, a lot of them are still for the USA, and they're not for no revolution. There's way more of us than there are of you. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all that. Bunch of soy boys trying to play dress up, thinking they're tough. Not going to happen. You're going to meet many patriot Americans. They're not going to put up with your shit. And that's coming. I mean, sometimes I even wonder if a civil war is about to come, because, I mean, it's a bunch of crazy stuff going on, you know? And I'm a conservative, and I'm against Trump. But, man, I'm a United States American first, and I'm against the BLM, because they're not peaceful protesters. They're not what MLK was all about. These people are radical Marxist. They want to overthrow our country. Listen to them. They're talking about the revolution. They're talking about burn it down. Burn the system down. And change it to what? No. That's not what we were based on. That's not who we are. And that's just it. It's just not who we are. Let them do their little stuff. The police need to come out. They need to really show some police brutality. They need to knock these people upside the head, for real. I mean, they're blocking traffic, and they're trying to do a Reginald Denny and pull people out of their car and beat the shit out of them. Man, that ain't right. That ain't right at all. I mean, I can't even imagine if it was me. I'd probably shoot them, and then I'd probably go to prison. For defending myself, be a Kyle Rittenhouse, yeah. Self-defense all the way. And when we defend ourselves, then we're going to be the ones getting in trouble. Think about the St. Louis couple that got indicted because they were pointing their guns at the BLM, them little rioters that broke the gated fence and invaded their property. These people, all they were doing was protecting their property, and they pointed guns at them and said, hey, keep that shit going down the road. Don't bring that here. They were defending their property, defending their home, and now they got indicted. Wow. Just wow. Sometimes it seems like this world is turned upside down. Bizarro world. But I heard that the governor was going to pardon them no matter what. And I'm sure Trump would too, which would be good. I'm all for it. Because that's just stupid. You're going to charge them, but you're not going to charge the rioters. They're getting away with murder, literally. And it has to stop. Okay, so that's the end of the politics for the most part, I believe. I did say I'd get into some sports. because I like sports, and politics has invaded the sports. So now I'm kind of going both ways. I'm talking about, hey, we'll talk about sports, talk about politics. NBA. NBA. Who's watching? LeBron James? He's going to win the title and nobody even cares. Nobody's going to watch it because LeBron James has destroyed the NBA. He has destroyed it. I mean, and I'm not talking about his playing either. I'm talking about his mouth. I'm talking about his actions. I'm talking about his political correctness, his social justice has destroyed the NBA. The commissioner, Adam Silver, even said they're not going to be woke next year. They're not going to have all the BLM stuff all over their court. The social justice messages on the jerseys, not going to be there. You know why? It's all about the money. It's always been about the money. All you always have to do is just follow the money, and you'll see why people do the things they do and why things are the way things are. All about the money. And their ratings are, boy, they are down, sinking like the Titanic, and it just keeps on going. And every time LeBron James gets out there in his little news conferences and talks about Breonna Taylor and talks about other cases that he knows nothing about, it just keeps on driving him further and further down. So keep it going, LeBron James. Keep it going, because the NBA is not going to be the NBA. I'm going to be interested to see how many fans actually come back next year, because Adam Silver knows, and that's why he's doing what he's doing, and said, hey, we're not going to be woke anymore next year, so come on back. I'm a huge Celtics fan, and I will have to think long and hard if I'm going to come back, because I won't forget what they did to us. Mark Cuban, LeBron James, all you guys that just shit on us. Now it's our time to shit on you right back. Okay, so that's good for LeBron James, and the Lakers are going to win the title. So I got some football picks, because I said I'd do football picks, and I said I'd do some politics. Now here we are to the football picks. We got the Bucks at the Bears, Tampa Bay at Chicago. Tom Brady got lucky last week, had a big game. He won't continue that. Not against a tough Bears defense and a Bears team that's really motivated because they now got Nick Foles as their quarterback. So I'm thinking the Bears at home, I know it's really hard. Really, at home, there is really no advantage anymore. I mean, they were in the Saints last week, Sunday night game, and the Packers, and Aaron James was drawing the Saints off sides on his calls because there was no fans there. So in reality, there really isn't any home field advantage anymore. No 12th man, no home field advantage. So when I do say at Bears, I got to admit, it's kind of the old school thing of me thinking, oh, there's going to be fans there. But no, there's not going to be any fans there. And if there are, it's going to be very few. I mean, 10,000, 14,000, something like that. There's not going to be very many fans. So do you really have a home field advantage? Not like you used to. Not like you used to. So when I do say that, my picks are kind of, they're kind of old school, back with, oh, there's going to be fans. But no, there's not. So we got the Bucks at the Bears, and I'm taking the Bears because I don't think Tampa Bay can continue that. Mainly Tom Brady. I don't think he can continue that. Plus, they got some injuries, key injuries, and I don't know if they have enough to overcome that. Panthers at the Falcons. Man, the Falcons are like a tough luck team. They get these big leads and they blow them. I don't know what their problem is. I mean, obviously their defense, but it's just, man, they got to win a game, right? So I'm going with the Falcons. And I don't know about them guys. It looks like their coach might be the next one to be fired. I guess we'll see. Bills at the Titans. Wow, Josh Allen is having a year. That guy is just tearing it up. And I have Stephon Diggs on my fantasy team, and he's not bad either. That's why I'm undefeated. Not because I got Allen. I got Diggs, but Allen, very, very tough. He's going to be a real good quarterback. He's got a good arm, got good receivers. They're really coming along good. So Bills at Titans, that's a tough one. I'm not for sure about that one, but I think I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills on that one. Raiders at KC. Now, I'm a huge Kansas City fan, as the hat. I'm a big Chiefs fan. Went to the game the other night. It was a good game. But the Chiefs are concerning me. They look like they are playing down to their competition. So, you play the Ravens, you play up, and they beat the shit out of them, and they did a good job. I mean, they made them look bad. The Chiefs really set themselves apart, first and second tier. Not even close. It was just like the Yankees playing the Royals, play them in a 5-game series and you see who wins. It's not going to be the Royals. So we dominated them. So I don't know. I mean, are we that good? Yes and no. At least what I see of it, I think we're playing to our competition. And that's not good because you can't turn it on and turn it off every single time. But we played good. We beat the Ravens. And then we played down to the San Diego, and we got lucky by beating them on some field goals, 58-yard field goals, 2 of them. And then we played against the Patriots, and it was 6-3 at halftime. Man, the Patriots would have had Cam Newton, they would have lost maybe by 10. That's what I would give them, maybe even 7. They would have played them a lot closer, especially if we played like that. I don't know. What I gotta hope and gotta believe is the Chiefs were like, they don't have Cam Newton, they don't have their starting quarterback. So it was kind of like, it's a weird game at 6 when it was supposed to be on Sunday at 3, and now we're playing Monday at 6. So maybe they were just like, this is weird, And then, we don't have to get up because we can beat these guys without Cam Newton. Patriots played tough. I give them credit. Belichick had them ready to go. And I thought Hoyer did a good job, but they pulled him, and I don't know why. But I thought he was doing good, but I don't know. I guess I can't blame Belichick for doing that. I'm sure he was looking at down the road like, okay, who do I got? Because I may not have Cam Newton for a while. So, and at any rate, I am going with the Chiefs. We're at home. We have 16,000 fans there. We're not going to lose at Arrowhead. And the Raiders, they don't impress me at all. The Cardinals at the Jets. I'm going for the Cardinals. I mean, Kyler Murray, he's having like an MVP year. That guy is tearing it up. Him and DeAndre Hopkins, nice combo. So, yeah, I'm going with the Cards. Jets, they're disarray, and they're starting Falco this week. Oof, I don't know, man. And Le'Veon Bell is gone for the season. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this one. Eagles at the Steelers. The Steelers, man, they're looking good. Now that they got Big Ben back and they got things clicking, they got some good receivers. They got Connor going. I got him on my fantasy team, too. And, yes, I'm undefeated. But maybe not for long because my team is barely getting by 2. I won by 4 points the other day. So, at any rate, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh has a good team. I think they're going to be the ones to watch out for because Big Ben has got them going again. They got Schuster. They got Johnson, Connor. They have a nice team. I mean, that's just it. They got a real nice team, so I'm going to go with them. Rams at the Redskins. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said the Redskins. I will always say the Redskins. Political correctness? I don't know anything about it. I'm an equal opportunity offender, and that's me. And I will never call them anything but the Redskins. The Washington Redskins. That's what there will always be until we went and just got all offended by everything. Every single thing from Aunt Jemima to Uncle Ben to Captain Crunch. Because he's only a captain. Why not make him a general? Yeah. So at any rate, Rams at the Redskins. I'm going with the Rams. I think the Rams are looking like a complete team again, looking more and more like the team that went to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go with the Rams on that one. Problem is if you're playing fantasy football with the Rams backfield, good luck with that. Just reach into a hat and pick a number because you never know who's going to do good. So you just never know who's going to be the main back that's going to get the yards and get the carries. They run three running backs by committee. So that's hard. If you're doing fantasy football, that's hard to pick. So I'm going to go with the Rams against the Washington Redskins. Bengals at the Ravens. Nah, no doubt about that, the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens are clearly the second best team in the NFL. I mean, okay, scratch that. They're clearly the second or third best team in the AFC because I got to go with Pittsburgh and Ravens and Chiefs. It's kind of a tough one. So I'm definitely taking the Ravens. Jaguars at the Texans. Okay, the Texans fired Bill O'Brien. He probably deserved it way before now. He traded DeAndre Hopkins. Big mistake. He blew a big lead against the Chiefs. I was there. That was a lot of fun. Very, very scary in the beginning, 24-0. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Same old Chiefs team. But nope. We got Patrick Mahomes. We got Tyreek Hill. We got Dirty Dan Sorensen, who caused a fumble and made a big tackle on the fake field goal or the fake punt. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to go with the Texans because I feel like usually when you lose your coach, they're more motivated, they're more fired up. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Texans on that one. Jaguars, they're really inconsistent. I really don't know from one week to the next what team's going to show up. Dolphins at the Niners. Niners have a lot of injuries, but if you were playing fantasy football and you got any 49ers on your team, I would say run them all out there. I know I am. I picked up McKinnon, got him going because Aaron Jones has a week off. He's got the bye, so I picked up McKinnon. I got the 49ers defense, and I'm playing them with a lot of confidence against the Dolphins because the Dolphins are the Dolphins. I mean, let's just face it. That's who they are. They're the Dolphins. Colts at the Browns. Man, that is going to be a very good game. I'm impressed with the Colts, and I'm impressed with the Browns. I'm a huge OU fan, so I like Baker Mayfield. So I'm really glad to see him doing good. And Kareem Hunt, who we let go. Man, I wish we would have kept him, but it is what it is. So we didn't. Colts, I'm kind of a Phillip Rivers fan. I'm liking what he's doing. I like their coach, Frank Reich. So in a close game, I'm going to go with the Browns. I think they just have a little bit more firepower than the Colts do. Giants at Dallas. Giants are the Giants. So kind of like the Dolphins, just always bad. I mean, there's a lot of improvement to be made, and you just inconsistent. That's the best you can say. Inconsistent. You just never know which one's going to show up. Cowboys, they're putting a lot of points on the board. And I'm telling you people right now, Dak is not the problem. It's a defense. Dak is killing it. Man, with a lot of teams putting up 400 yards passing and 2 or 3 touchdowns, man, that guy, he is tearing it up. I'm telling you, he's not the problem. And I used to love the Cowboys because, man, Tony Romo, hey, to me, he was the best Cowboy quarterback. I know Roger Staubach, I know Troy Aikman, they got the titles, but to me, Tony Romo, he broke his back literally carrying that team because they never had a complete team with him. Never. And that was so bad because when they finally got Zeke, I was like, oh, man, Cowboys going to be good now. And then Romo went down. That was bad. That's terrible. Hey, he's a great announcer. And like I said, I think he's a great quarterback, too. I'm not going to lie about it. His numbers are back it up. See, we got the Broncos at the Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots. I mean, New England's New England. Belichick's Belichick. They know how to play. They know how to win. So I'm going to go with New England on this one. They played us tough, so I don't see why they can't beat the Broncos at home. I know. Are they going to have any fans? I don't know if they are or if they're not, but I'm still going to go with the Patriots. They don't. If you would have played in Denver, then you would have had the air, oxygen, and stuff mile high, you know. So at any rate, Vikings at Seattle. Vikings are one of them inconsistent teams as well. You just don't know, what you're going to get from them. I mean, you got Cook, great running back. You got, their defense is kind of questionable at times. Yeah, I just don't know about them. So in Seattle, they give up a lot of points. I mean, they gave up a lot of points to the Patriots and to the Cowboys. But I'm still going to go with Seattle because I just think they got more talent all the way around. I think they just have more talent, offense, defense. I think they just got more talent, and not so sure about the Vikings. If they can step up, that would be the 12th man right there. I don't even know if they have fans either, but there would be the 12th man. Let's see now. The last game, San Diego at the Saints. Hey, San Diego's impressing me. I like their young quarterback. That guy's going to be good. I'm telling you, you just give him a little bit of protection back there. He's going to be good. I like that guy. That kid's going to be really good. But San Diego at the Saints. Saints got too much firepower. They're just loaded. They really are. And Malcolm Jenkins, he really got in the head of Drew Brees. So if they don't make it, you blame that guy because Drew Brees said, "Oh, I'm not going to kneel and proud the national anthem," and then Jenkins gets on there and cries and makes Drew Brees look like an ass. And so then Drew Brees comes out and apologizes, and he even puts Blake on his helmet. That's the thing about these athletes. They kneel. They don't even know what they're kneeling for. They protest, don't even know what they're protesting for. Because if they get into the actual case, they'll realize there was no police brutality involved. There was simple, the guy didn't comply, the guy hit a cop, he got shot. It happens, man. That has nothing to do with color. Every single thing to do with common sense. So, that's that. I'm going to be out for this week. And I hope people leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Leave your picks. And we'll see how it goes. All right.